Hey everyone, welcome back to a new vlog. Today we are working in the garden. I'm very excited about this because we have wanted to extend our garden down our side yard, but honestly just haven't had time. But today's the day. So I actually ran by Lowe's and picked up my order that I got online, and I got some wood, soil, I got a new planter box, an umbrella to protect me from the sun, hopefully. And I'm gonna share all that with you guys. A huge thank you to Lowe's for sponsoring today's video. Let's go ahead and get the truck unloaded, and then I'll show you kind of like what the game plan is, at least like an idea of what I want to do, and we'll see what all I can accomplish today. Okay, so here's what the garden looks like from over here. As you can see, it's a little overgrown. We have a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna work on fixing it all up. But we want to create another arbor, but it's gonna start back here. So that way, when you look down the pathway, it looks like two arbors. It'll look really pretty, and then it'll lead us to the second part of the garden, which is going to be way back here. So that is the game plan. I have a lot of work to do, so wish me luck. Today's video is sponsored by Lowe's, and many of you already know this, but Lowe's has always been a go-to for me for many years because they have so much more than just home improvement items. They have home decor, gardening items, outdoor essentials, tools, pretty much everything you need to get your home in tip-top shape, and you can still do it all on a budget. Earlier, I did mention that we are working on a garden update, so I'm going to start off with a quick Lowe's haul. I did pick up some wood to build a new garden arbor, a pressure washer to clean everything up. However, that will be for a future video because it's been raining like crazy. But I also got a new umbrella, an umbrella stand, and a new metal raised garden bed. So hopefully we can get this set up really quick and get some new veggies growing, because we have absolutely been loving having a garden to get fresh vegetables out of. We've been eating squash and zucchini. The best green beans I've ever ate in my life have come out of our garden. Peppers. I've had so many tomatoes. Too many, I can't even eat. But it has been so much fun. So we're really excited to extend the garden down the side yard, and we really needed another garden bed because we're kind of limited on where we can actually plant in the ground. So the raised garden beds are essential. I did end up grabbing a new pressure washer. This was definitely an investment. However, our old pressure washer finally broke. It was time to get a new one. We pressure wash all the time, but it's been raining so much here, it's kind of pointless to. So you'll have to stay tuned for a future video. I'll be pressure washing the back porch, the front of the house, and everything. But that was a Greenworks 3000 PSI pressure washer, and it is really nice, super nice. I cannot wait to share that video with you guys. But in the meantime, I did have a lot of wood to cut. We're going to be building a garden arbor using a lot of scrap wood that I have and some of the wood that I picked up today from Lowe's. But in order to make sure that I'm protected from the sun, I did grab the Style Selections 7.5 foot umbrella. This is such a great quality umbrella. I love that it has the wind up on it, so easy. And then I also grabbed the patio umbrella base to go with it, and I immediately started getting some measurements to start cutting up some wood. My saw is also from Lowe's, along with every tool that I ever have purchased. I'm telling you, when I say that Lowe's is my go-to, I promise you it is. And the best part is that Lowe's does have options like free shipping on orders of $45 or more, same-day delivery for eligible in-stock items when you order by 2 p.m., which is also really helpful when you're in the middle of a project and you need things quickly, and I utilize this service all the time. And Lowe's also offers competitive prices every day, so whether I'm just grabbing tools, outdoor essentials, garden items, or decor, I know I can find what I need at the right price. I'll be sure to have all my Lowe's finds linked in my description box and a link in my bio as well, so you can shop everything I used for this garden update, and make sure you check out Lowe's for all your home, garden, and outdoor project needs. Let's go ahead and get back into the vlog. Did y'all hear that? It's storming bad. The wind is so terrible right now. The rain is hitting the windows in the house, which does not happen unless it's like a pretty bad storm. And I knew it was gonna get bad because it got so dark outside, but it was like nice to work out there because it's not as hot. And I did get the planter box put together before it actually started, thankfully. And then I brought the pressure washer in to put together, so it's right there. Now I'm just waiting for the storm to pass. And eating cottage cheese. Not my first choice, but it's better than not having nothing. And when I'm out there working, I sweat a lot. I mean, I'm pretty active in general, and I'm really bad about skipping meals and not eating enough protein. And I think that's why I end up feeling kind of tired. I think high protein is really important. It does help a lot. It helps your hair, specifically nails. I think it helps my mood, it helps my energy levels. But quick little snack, and then I'll get back at it. Ooh. Oh no. Well, there goes the internet. Team says Baba, I'm so scared. Oh, we're gonna lose power. It's flickering too much. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up losing power. Are you scared? Don't be scared. It's okay, you're safe. Oh, I hate lightning. I hate it. Since the storm would not pass, it was lingering forever, I had to switch gears for a little bit and just focus on cleaning the house, work on things that I know I could get done while it's raining. So I'm going to clean up a little bit in the house, get the fridge cleaned out. I did have a pretty large grocery order coming. I did not get a chance to film that only because by the time the groceries got in, I was actually on the phone with the hospital. So it's just been so many things going on, and I have so many stories to tell you guys. So stay tuned for an upcoming vlog. I'm just going to do like a story time because it's been, oh my gosh, one thing after another. But anyway, I got the fridge cleaned out, gonna get the living room cleaned out, and then I figured I would share a recipe. I was making a chicken broccoli casserole. It's basically just a broccoli casserole with chicken added to it. It's so good, it's easy, it's affordable to make, so I figured I would include that recipe today. But don't worry, we're gonna get back into the garden stuff, but sometimes this is just how life is. I'll start working on something and it just doesn't work out that day, so I end up doing other things. So I hope you guys don't mind me throwing this footage in here. I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. This recipe is the easiest thing you'll ever make. All you gotta do is boil some frozen broccoli. So I got that going. My daughter's gonna help me season the chicken, and you're just gonna pan fry this. So you're just making chicken breast pan fried. Make sure they're cooked all the way through. I don't play when it comes to my chicken. I'd rather it be dry and burnt before I eat some raw or questionable chicken. But anyway, I got it cooked, and I always use the Purdue brand. It's really great, and it's always tastes, excuse me, really good. But I'm gonna chop this up into like some little squares. The broccoli at this point is soft. You can poke a fork through it. You can also leave it a little bit more crunchy if you'd like. Totally just a, personal preference. But you're just gonna add broccoli, chicken, a lot of cheese, mayonnaise, and crushed up round butter crackers. That's all you need for this recipe, and some seasonings. So I just kind of eyeball it. I add as much mayonnaise until I like the consistency. So I probably couldn't tell you exactly how much I use. I just add little spoonfuls, stir it, add a little bit more. I do not like my broccoli casserole dry. I'd prefer to have more mayonnaise than not enough. So at this point, I got it all mixed together. I did add a little bit more cheese that I had on my pan and just worked this in. You can kind of get an idea about the consistency here. And then you're going to top this with more cheese and then the golden butter round crackers and bake that in the oven at 350 until everything is melted and the crackers are golden brown. And when I tell you this is the best thing, look at me, I'm over here eating it like a savage right out the, but it's all cooked, don't worry. You just gotta like melt everything together, and that's what makes it super delicious. This is a game changer, and you don't have to add chicken to it. You can bring this with you to Thanksgiving dinner, and everyone's gonna love you, just minus the chicken if you're bringing it for Thanksgiving. Hey y'all, it's the next day. I did not get to work in the garden at all yesterday. I was able to get it put together. I got my pressure washer put together, but everything else is still at a standstill. It actually just rained a lot, and then we did have jiu-jitsu, so I went and got that done. And then this morning, I had a very fun meeting. I'm actually helping out at my husband's job. I'm gonna be doing some of their YouTube editing, content creation type of stuff. So very exciting to branch out of my comfort zone. Typically, I would have said no. I would have been like, no, I can't do it. just out of fear maybe, but I'm starting to say yes to more opportunities. I think not only will this be good, you know, learning experience, but it's also a great way to branch out and earn a little extra money on the side. So super grateful for that opportunity, and I'm gonna do my best and see how it goes, and I'll keep y'all updated. So I did that, grabbed a coffee, and now I'm back at home. I need to get busy. I have so much to do, so we're gonna get it done together. I'm gonna probably clean up real quick, just get the house tidied up. It's not bad, it's just a little bit of a mess from this morning. So I'll tackle that, we'll get changed and start sweating our booties off outside. It's Friday too, which is so exciting because that means we get the whole weekend. I love the weekends because I just feel like I'm not like home alone all day, like my husband's here. So, I mean, I feel like we have something to do tomorrow. What are we supposed to do tomorrow? I don't think we have anything planned. I hope we don't have anything planned because I want to get this yard looking right. We need to mow, we need all the things. We need to start mowing every week because that's how fast the grass grows here, but we've been doing it every other week and it's so bad. But it's probably a good thing because all the grass seed is pulled up, or like, you know, pretty tall, so hopefully it will help the grass grow in some of the sparse areas. But anyway, I'm chatting too much. Let me get busy. Here's the scrap wood I'm using, and this is what I'm building, just to give you an idea, but let me show you how I did it. So this is going to be the garden arbor base, what I'm going to actually attach the 2x4s and all the 1x2s to create like that trellis look. So I'm just going to use a lot of the scrap wood I had on hand for the actual base, and then the wood that I got from Lowe's, the 1x2s, and then the 2x4s, that'll be for the trellis area. We'll get to that in a second. But right now I just cut everything down, and here is the measurements for my boxes. Okay, so here's what you're going to need for a basic planter box. So I have 4 boards for the sides. That's going to be here. Those are 15 inches. I have 4 4x4s. Those are each 14 inches. I'm just using what I had. So that's the tallest I could get. And then the length is going to be 30 inches here. And I'll show you how to assemble it. Once I got everything cut, I am going to go ahead and just start assembling. This does not have to look perfect. I mean, honestly, it's going to be filled with soil and plants, and eventually, hopefully, have vines growing up everywhere. So any imperfections are not going to be seen. If you're trying to, like, sell these or make this super nice, I don't know, for like a wedding decor, part of wedding decor, anything like that, or party decor, I would definitely try to be a little bit more mindful of your measurements and where you're putting the screws and everything. Like, make sure it's all lined up perfectly. But in this case, it's just for the garden, and it's gonna be fine. I don't mind it. Like I said, it's gonna be filled with dirt anyway, and painted black, and black is super forgiving. So I just start assembling. I'm just using some regular just screws, and I'm doing it 2 in each board. When I moved on to the second planter box, I made this a little bit easier. I started on the sides, and then once I got these set up, I could lift this up and then put the other boards on the side. It's kind of hard to explain. I hope that makes sense, but basically just assembling it into a basic box. Well, it's technically little rectangles, but this is what they turned out to look like. They look pretty good. They are going to be painted on the outside mostly, so it's going to help, you know, secure it from the elements, but not too worried about that, if I'm being honest. The wood is pressure treated, so it's going to be okay. So anyway, I went ahead and attached my 2x4. During this process, it's extremely hot. We did have our umbrella set up, so we were taking breaks, but there were some moments where I would stop, I'd paint a little, take a break, get back to it, building, take a break. I needed my husband's help for a couple things, like attaching this top 2x4, but you can see here, I would just kind of work on what I could when I could because of how brutal it's been this weekend. I'm telling you, it was like 104 for like, I think the 2 of the days, but the humidity is what is taking me out. I'm just not used to it. I haven't gotten acclimated to this weather yet. I'm working on it though. But at this point, I'm just adding my 1x2s now. We got those all added to each of the 2x4s on the outside. And I do have another video where we built the first garden arbor. If you want to check that out, I'll have it linked down below. Between this one and that one, I'm sure you can kind of figure out how to build one. It's very, very simple, nothing crazy. And like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be filled with vines in about 3 weeks. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some vines growing pretty quick. The vines on our first garden arbor are actually green beans and grapevines. So I didn't know it at the time, but we did some research and you can actually cross plant green beans and grapevines actually do really well together, and they weren't lying. They're really taking off. Our grapevines are almost all the way to the top of our first arbor, so we're probably going to do the same thing here. But first I needed to take a quick dip in the water, clothes on and all. Like, I didn't even care. I was at the point of overheating. So we took a break for the rest of that day, jumped back in that next day, or actually this was later on in the evening, I forgot. We did do a little bit of work whenever the sun went down. It had rained, it cooled off a little bit, so we did attach all the boards to the top, just creating like a crisscross pattern is all you got to do. Once we got it all put together, there were some areas I needed to touch up. I tried to paint most of the wood while it was on the ground, but in between, like I said, we were just kind of doing what we could, so we're all over the place on this project. But I'm just using some leftover paint I had from the patio cover, the porch build that we did, the gazebo, so I'm just using that to paint this. It's the same brand and paint that I used for the first one too, and it holds up really great. It really does help the wood last a lot longer. And so now we're going to start working on the actual garden. We did need to pull up the tomatoes. They have just gotten a little overgrown. We were eating so many. I'm kind of tomatoed out, to be honest, because we had so many coming off of this plant. I'm so proud of it, but it was like, what it did was it kind of fell over the planter box that we built and started growing in the ground. So we just wanted to kind of start fresh again. So I pulled those up. We pulled out a lot of the lettuce and stuff that was dying. And then we're going to work on cleaning up the vines that are growing down the fence line. Those were like attaching to our green beans and grapevines, which is not what we want. So Dylan's working on that while I'm cleaning out all the garden beds. The squash and zucchini was actually doing really well, producing great, and then all of a sudden they would start to get like an inch or 2 inches long and then die off. Well, come to find out they weren't being pollinated. I guess we don't have enough butterflies and bees, so we ended up having to pollinate the squash and zucchini ourselves, and that's something you can actually do. You can look it up online if you want to see how to do it. But I started doing that during the day, and boom, they started producing again. So originally we planned on ripping all of it out and starting over, but I'm so glad we didn't. I'm so glad I tried that. My sister-in-law actually told me about it, and it's working. And then our green beans are doing better again. Those were all dying until I started adding eggshells. All the leftover eggshells we have from breakfast, I throw in there, and whatever nutrients are in eggs is like helping so much. So that was a huge savior. I also decided to put the new metal garden bed that I got right here. We were planning on going down. We do plan on going down all the way along the side of the building, but we have a lot of work to do to kind of level out the ground. So in the meantime, we went ahead and put this box here. I feel like it actually looks really good when you come out of the gate too, and when you're coming down the pathway to the gate. It adds a little something here. So we're gonna plant all of our peppers in this one because those are what we eat really, really often. So we're gonna get all of the soil that I got put into this, and it used every single bag. It used way more than I expected. And the funny thing is that I almost didn't get as much as I got. I felt like I was kind of overdoing it, but I could have gotten away with a few more bags. So we didn't even get a chance to fill up the new arbor that we built. But don't worry, I'll fill those planter boxes up next in an upcoming video. I had to order more soil. So shout out to Lowe's, because I'm literally there every day. I swear these people are like, oh, she works here. It kind of seems like that because I'm there that much. But these are the peppers that we have going right now. So the tall one that's over there on the back left-hand side, that one we actually purchased. It was already growing from Lowe's. And then we got some peppers, threw the old peppers in the ground, and then the new ones that are up front there, that little bundle, those are all fresh from seeds. So we're so excited about that. And then we did pick up a pepper plant from the flea market, and that one started to not look too good. So we're hoping with all this new nutrients and soil, it'll come back to life. We did get a lot of peppers off of it though, so that is good. And we're going to be making some pepper sauce pretty soon. The plan is to fill this whole garden bed with just peppers. I want to try to start doing that with each of our gardens. Like anytime we add a new garden bed, I want to like have it specific to each thing so we're not like confused. Not that like it's that hard. It's not that hard to figure out what plant's what, but it's just nice to kind of have like sections in my opinion. So I want to get some more peppers. We're going to be making a trip to Lowe's pretty soon to get some bell peppers. That's the next thing I'd like to get. And then I need to get more soil like I said. So hopefully in an upcoming video I will get those 2 planter boxes that I built for the garden arbor filled. We'll get some green beans and grapevines growing in those, and they'll take off. And then you'll have like this beautiful walkway that's just like filled. Oh my gosh, it's like a dream. I have a vision for this space, and once everything's like growing good and looks good, it's gonna be amazing. And then we're gonna hit winter. Then we're gonna hit winter and everything's gonna die and it's gonna be terrible, but we'll roll with the punches as they come. We'll just kind of figure it out as we go, and that's how we like to do things. And then to finish off this video, I did decide to mow the yard. I was going to weed eat as well, but of course the battery was dead, so I had to wait for it to charge, which I'll get to that hopefully early or later on today. I'll finish that after my dentist appointment. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget to check out Lowe's. I will have those links, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.